Post-2025, 2026 will continue the fun with already too many things to play. Whether you're looking for action, old experiences in new forms, or even a sushi-trained battle system, this year promises a bit of everything in this colorful genre to continue the JRPG fun for those on the hunt for a new release. Of course, it's perfectly fine to keep in the backlog, and I hope to touch mine a little in the new year too, but it is also fun to be tempted by new things, so here are the 10 JRPGs coming in 2026 that currently have my attention as the things I'm most excited to come out this year. While there's always that one Trails game I should be focusing on, the newer ones have been reaching the West faster recently. That means once again, another Trails game is fast approaching, this time in the form of The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, and it won't be long till we see it as it comes out January 15th. Like Trails into Reverie, Horizon is another multiple path story, and Cold Steel fans like myself will be glad to see Rune is head of one of those paths, along with the most recent group of characters from Through Daybreak, and even more characters I recognize from the greater Trails world, reminding me every time that this series and its deep lore will always keep me needing to know more, so I need to get to this in my own Trails journey if I want to soak it in. It likely won't be a play-at-release game for me, as I really do need to finish Azure, but its combat demo will be my yearly taste of new Trails at the very least that I hope it encourages me to get further in. I'm sure the Trails fans that are keeping up are looking forward to it, especially after the success of new Trails of the Sky, as the series seems to be doing well in its modern arcs that have me excited for the eventual day I plan to catch up with it. Code Vein was always a game I wanted to try, with its stunning anime visuals helping me to regret not having played it, so I'm hoping to get a second chance on January 29th as Code Vein 2 makes its way into the new year. I don't really know that much about its story. It seems to be something about groups and fighting monsters, this time with a time-jumping twist, but I really do find myself wanting to play it mostly for its gorgeous aesthetic that is even more beautiful in the second entry with good character designs, making it a great excuse for me to try my first Soulsborne-style game in a genre and style I'd prefer to play in. Possibly the reason of just thinking it looks nice may be why I haven't tried the original Code Vein yet, but I really liked 2's trailers at TGS, so I hope to finally try the series. If any of you guys play the first, I'd love to hear why you're excited for 2, and if you think it's a series worth trying. As for now, I know it'll be challenging, but I'd love to dive in and find out what this ambitious JRPG series from Bandai Namco is all about in the second entry. And in another portion of JRPGs TGS got me excited for, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined and its gorgeous handcrafted characters look charming enough to make for a good game, which I hope is what we see when it comes out February 5th. I haven't played one of Dragon Quest stories since the charming most recent mainline entry Dragon Quest XI many years ago, and VII Reimagined seems to keep a lot of the things a newer Dragon Quest player like myself enjoyed. It promises a fun adventure with a colorful crew as its small island characters make their way across the world for the first time, which really appeals to me right now during my second Atelier Ryza playthrough. And with all the slimes and newer graphics anyone going into a modern Dragon Quest would expect, it seems like it has all the making to tell this old Dragon Quest in a new but still quaint way. As I make this, I'm finding the first half of this year is pretty crowded, so I wonder what the thing I'll get to in its first few months will be. But with that Square Enix quality in the Dragon Quest name, I get the feeling VII Reimagined could be something good, so hopefully it crosses my path to see what this reimagining of a good story can bring. While I've heard some Tales fans say it's a little soon for a remaster of Tales of Berseria, I'm personally one of the people excited as I haven't played it before, so I'll be glad to give it a try in this quality new form. Coming late February on the 27th, it seems to mostly include quality of life upgrades, but I'm sure more modern consoles will make its already eye-catching anime visuals pop in this new release of a darker Tales story. I've always been interested in this particular Tales release as it seemed like something in a different tone to a lot of the more heroic anime stories that the series usually seems to have, with the iconic Velvet story of revenge seeming like it'll bring something different. It's in the latter half of a month with a lot of games, so I'll be keeping an eye out for a hopeful hole in the month to play, and hope I can finally get the Tales series time I've been wanting to discover one more of its many interesting games. I'd been hoping Ariana and the Elder Codex would come west since May last year when I found Ariana and her pretty hair in an issue of Famitsu, so you can imagine my happiness when it was announced for the West in 2026. Now it's been revealed to be coming March 24th as a side-scrolling action JRPG featuring elemental attacks crafting and a story about uncovering the truth about the 7 hero codices in Ariana's library through stories to find out their mysteries in an apparently moving narrative. I'm excited for its presence in an already busy month and will cross my fingers I can get to it as a mechanically different JRPG option with a cool story and name that I'd like to play and enjoy a good story in. The words post office and JRPG aren't two things that usually go together, but Calamity Angel's special delivery is offering that in the exact colorful compo heart way that I'd hope, coming to February on the 17th, making it a tempting offer for the fan of silly JRPGs. It's put my February into a slight spin thanks to its moody combat where your characters decide if they like your requested action enough to do it, having me very curious, all next to its colorful aesthetic and postal premise that is the exact kind of uniqueness that is enough to tempt me out of big releases. It's coming to PS4, 5, and Switch, and I can only hope is as fun as it looks, as it's a rare premise that I hope has the mechanics and delivery to be a standout quirky game for the year, and is one I definitely want to play if the right amount of time comes my way. The JRPG silliness continues with Etrange Overlord, a musical JRPG with a dark sense of humor that was announced fairly recently. I'm curious about it thanks to its fun premise that has the executed Etrange arrive in hell due to an incorrect execution, and her instant desire to take over the place guarantees a fun story. I'm a little iffy about Sushi Lane-inspired battle system that I think I won't fully make an opinion on until I feel how it plays, but with promised musical numbers from the creator of the Rhapsody series Sohei Nikawa and the art style of ReZero Shinichiro Otsuka, it's a JRPG I can't help be curious about and is one I hope to get to in March. It's coming March 26th to Switch, PS4, 5, and PC, and I hope lots of people try it, as this colorful, hell-based JRPG shows a lot of promise as a fun story to enjoy music and humor in. If you're like me and adore the idea of playing Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma on Switch 2 but don't have one yet, have no fear, as on February 13th it'll come to PS5 and Xbox Series S and looks better than ever. I was really impressed with the new trailer and how smooth its frame rate looked, even though I didn't have too many issues in my Switch playthrough, but the idea of having the smoothness and sharpness of a PS5 game is really exciting to me, even if it's also the kind of thing that would make me wish maybe I hadn't already played it so my first playthrough could have been as nice as possible. But it's also fun enough to play again, with Rune Factory always having so much replayability thanks to the depth of its bond mechanics. I still have plenty to see and do and would love an excuse to do it, so this re-release is something I'll hope crosses my path, as I'd love to play again in a prettier way as a good excuse. For those thinking of playing it for the first time, it's in my top games of 2025, so I'd highly recommend trying it to experience a great Rune Factory story in an even better way, as this standout Rune Factory deserves to be as many places as possible, so I hope this new release means more people tried this great game and story. If I'm honest, the next game I wanted to put on this list was Pokemon Pokopia, but it really isn't a JRPG if I think about it, so I scratched my brain for another JRPG that tickled me with its promo and decided to give DecaPolice another look again to remind me why I thought it looked cool. Thankfully, I didn't forget about DecaPolice because it's forgettable, more so because it's been delayed since 2023, but going back to its trailers, I was reminded it's well worth being keen for. Danganronpa fans like myself will probably recognize the tone of its world with its detective story and stylish look and music, but in a different city setting to tell a detective story in a level 5 way, and the distinct anime style of storytelling has me ready to see what they can do in a JRPG. Also, the way its visuals improved between its trailer in 2023's Direct and the most recent theme song trailer had me hopeful that the only reason they've been so quiet is that they've been cooking up something good, as if its trailers are even half as good as they look, DecaPolice really could be a game not only worthy of a spot this late in my list, but possibly even a frontrunner for Game of the Year. It hasn't been given a specific date for this year, and thankfully with how crowded the first half of the year is, I'm kind of glad, as DecaPolice seems like a JRPG well worth putting time aside for, so I'll cross my finger it comes out at a point where it can have its own spotlight in the year. The most exciting and horrifying release to come out in 2026 is Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, the horrifying part coming directly from my wallet as it's currently a Switch 2 exclusive. Dramatics about money aside, Fortune's Weave really does look incredible so far. Its graphics are the best we've seen from Fire Emblem yet, as it sticks with its great tactical turn-based system, following multiple characters in this new story of heroes in a Colosseum-style setting that has me curious about the varying stories they'll tell. The world looks wide, its battlefield's big, and its potential huge huge with Fire Emblem's usual track record, so as anyone who's played this series knows, this is one to watch for 2026. Just hopefully we can all get the necessary console to play it on, and it's still in the release date window phase, so maybe we'll all be ready when the time comes. One thing's for sure is that this is bound to move Nintendo Switch 2s off the shelf, hopefully all for a game likely to satisfy series fans and beyond. And with all these great games, and the ones that will be announced later as the year gets underway, 2026 looks full of modern console fun for us to all enjoy in what will no doubt be another fun year of play. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what your most anticipated games are for 2026 and why you're looking forward to them. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on X, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below. Happy New Year, and until next time, thank you, bye!